Hey guys, and welcome to our first February with Cardiff, and that does mean the transfer window has closed. It is done, it is dusted, and there is some news. I'm not happy with our transfer business, I will tell you. What I wanted, I could not actually get. So I'm kind of disappointed, but there were a couple of fun little things, and one in particular is quite a surprise, but I couldn't help myself. So you will see that in just a bit. We'll talk about our transfer business in just a second. But we'll look over what's happened in the month on the pitch. Last time we saw Wolves, and wow, 4-0. That was probably our worst performance. Yeah, I would say it was definitely our worst performance throughout the entire season. 4-0 the Wolves, obviously. Wolves have had a good season so far. They've got a good team, and they just showed the difference between us. After that, we played Reading in the FA Cup, and I did say the FA Cup was not a big deal to me because, you know, I was like, oh, this is the FA Cup, you know, we're not going to win any trophies this season. We just want to make sure that we survive. But wow, we lost 3-0 to Reading. I don't know what happened. The players just didn't perform. Reading did get kind of lucky, but even being lucky, the amount they won by and the fact we didn't score at all just shows you what we're dealing with. I think this kind of put the point home that we are kind of dealing with a championship level squad. Like, our team generally is probably more of a championship level squad than a Premier League one. And so this loss, it kind of reminded us of that, which is, yeah, great. And kind of put things in perspective. I think we've done well so far of what we've done, because of how bad that was. I was like, okay, well, that puts things in perspective. You know, I've got to keep that in mind. Even when I'm disappointed, like with the Wolves game and stuff, got to keep it in perspective. You know, we got some good wins. Like, the Fulham one was pretty nice. The Leicester one. You got to put those things in perspective. The Bournemouth one was really nice, actually. But then after that, we got Everton. And I asked the players to show me a reaction from the Reading and the Wolves game. And they did just that. They got Everton. We lost to them last time, but this time we actually beat them. Harry Arter scoring another phenomenal goal. Whenever he scores, they're great goals. Everton, though, got one back through Kurt Zouma. But Lee Tomlin, like, I don't give Lee Tomlin many chances, but he actually got a chance in this match. I brought him on, and I was like, you know what, Lee Tomlin? Let's see what you can do. And he actually did it. He actually got a goal in the 72nd minute. Maybe I've ignored him a bit too much. Maybe I have. I think he was just lucky there. But the winning goal against Everton, that was really nice for us, actually. Especially because, you know, we've got a really tough month next month. After that, we came up against West Ham. West Ham completely outperformed us. Yarmolenko and Chicharito made it 2-0. Yeah, that game in particular, the Everton game was actually pretty good. I think we deserved to win that game. Pretty even overall, though, maybe. Slightly more towards that. But West Ham, though, they just completely outperformed us. We were away from home. We just didn't seem to be at the races. And we lost 2-0. Not as bad as Wolves, though, so I guess I could say that. After that, we played against Southampton, and we got the draw 1-1 here. We almost won, actually. Southampton, in this game, I actually think we were slightly better, but Bobby Reed getting a magical goal. A magical goal. Again, he gets his goals out of nothing sometime. That's just what he does. But Sean Morrison got an own goal later. So, yeah, I like Sean Morrison, but I feel like he does make a few mistakes here and there sometimes. And he is unhappy, because we talked about this before, Lee Peltier leaving. He was a bit upset about that. Maybe that's still affecting him. But yes, we got a draw there, so not a good month, really. You know, it's not terrible, but not good. You know, when we had like 4 games that we could definitely get points in all of them, only getting 4 points is slightly disappointing, because we have the next month, which is really horrible. But yeah, we just got to take what we can get. And so, I mean, at least we got something, you know. The previous month maybe was slightly better. You know, getting a draw with Chelsea, you're getting 2 wins there. And a draw against Crystal Palace. The December was probably slightly better, actually, so this is kind of disappointing. The FA Cup, not too bad, but it just showed to me that we are a championship-level team. That leaves us, again, just above the relegation zone. All the teams below us have got a game they've already played, so we have a game in hand, and if we lose, you know, look at that, 15th. So we should be looking to try and get into 15th place. We should be trying to win this match and sneaking into 15th place. That's what the stats are telling us, potentially. So actually, I keep talking bad about this team, but, then they're actually they're probably exceeding expectations. We need to keep this in perspective all the time. But yeah. So, let's talk about the transfers. Now, first we're going to talk about players that I looked at, or that we couldn't get, or potential ones that we may look in the future. Obviously, we sold Lee Peltier. Sol Bamba did want to leave. He wanted to go and do new stuff. I was going to allow him to do that. He's 34 years old. He's not going to get any better. He's not performing for us when he has played. Look at 6.2. Absolutely terrible. So he obviously hasn't got what it takes to play at this level. But no one would buy him. No one would buy him. My plan was going to be to bring in maybe one kind of backup defender and then sell Sol Bamba and bring in a proper first-team defender. But we couldn't sell him, so we were stuck with him for now until the end of the season, which was a shame. So that did affect our transfers. We can see if we go to scouting, we still have 5 million and a lot of wage budget. So you can see I did not spend a lot of money. But let's have a quick look at some potential guys. And I'll tell you this. I was going to get a right winger. I had one set, and he was the one I wanted. And I was like, I have to get him. I have to get him. I did try and get Antonio. I did put in an offer. They did accept like 6 million. I think it was like 6 or 7 million. And he wouldn't talk about it. He didn't want to speak to us. His wage demands were ridiculously high, like 120,000. And I was like, no way. Are you kidding me, Antonio? That's crazy. So Cardiff wouldn't let us give him that much wage, but also no way was I going to give him that much wage. So that was kind of a backup one when we didn't get the one that I wanted. The one that I really wanted was, if we keep going down, Markovic. I was bringing in Markovic. The entire transfer window, I kept trying to bring him in. He was only going to cost like 3.5 million. And I was like, you know what? He's actually really good. Good dribbling, decent crossing, speed is great. Mental things are okay, good first touch, okay passing, good technique. He would be the sort of player we want to bring in on that right wing. But sadly, he couldn't get a work permit. We agreed on wages, everything was done. I didn't think it was too bad. 60,000 I think was his wage, which is a lot, but for the player to bring in for the first team, we need that sort of play. He's only 24 years old as well, he could still get better. And so he was the man I targeted. I was like, him. That's the one I want. But he couldn't get a work permit. I tried it 3 times throughout the whole transfer window was me just trying to buy him. But every time it came back, couldn't get the work permit. I couldn't believe it. Markovic can't get a work permit? Are you kidding me? So we missed out on him. But I will tell you, I did bring in a right winger. But it's not Markovic. I had to make do with someone else who I don't think is as good. But they were cheap. I thought, if we can't get the man that I want, I'm not going to spend too much money. Not going to take a risk because we want to wait and see if we survive it and do it for the next season, spend lots of money. We're going to make a lot of changes next season. But I brought in someone who I think is better than what we've got, and he could I think he's still young. So he could be good. He's interesting. I want to see what he can do at this level. I saw him a lot on FM18. He kept getting sent to me by my scouts, and today was exactly the same. On the left wing, I did say before Lucas Ocampos was the one I was looking at, but he'd cost me all my transfer budget if I was to bring him in. So in the end, I did not bring him in because it just cost me probably most of my transfer budget. We don't need a left winger, we need a right winger. But I like him. He was definitely what I was looking at. Talking about other people, we got another right wing back I was looking at because I thought, you know what, we could put Patterson to the midfield and get if we can get a good first, really good right wing back, I would bring one in for a good price. And of course, Ashley Richards' performances have not given me confidence in him. I was looking at Jonas Svensson because I think look at his mental stats. Really nice mental stats, really good work rate, great stamina, natural fitness, really good crossing so he can kind of support the midfield and attack there, but he's still got okay defending. He's 25, so he's not really young, but I thought he looked pretty decent. He's been playing really well in the Netherlands. So he was a sort of player that I thought, you know what, I'd put some money in for him. And my scouts told me about 4 to 10 million. So, and obviously he's got the same dressing room kind of personality as our players. So I thought, perfect, this guy is the sort of player I'd want to bring in. And then we don't have to use Richard. We don't have to rely as a backup of Richards. So I was like, perfect. But the club, AZ, they wanted like 20 million. And I was like, okay, my scouts are wrong. He's apparently valued a lot more by them. They did not want to sell him at all. And he didn't seem to be that bothered about it. So we couldn't really try to destabilize him or make him upset. So that was a shame. But I'd like to bring him in. Defender-wise, if we had sold Sol Bamba, I was just going to bring in a cheap player. I was looking at people like Hector Just. He's pretty cheap, probably. Could probably got him for like under $1 million, probably. And he'd do as a first-team defender for us. He could have been okay. Or the one I was really looking at, I'm probably looking at I would want more, is Jaws Okor. He did play in the English leagues before, if I remember correctly. It was Aston Villa. Yeah, he played at Aston Villa. People used to talk about him quite a lot because I think he was quite a short defender. And normally defenders are quite big. So he was talked about quite a lot. But even though they came back, my scouts saying 66, I think he looks pretty decent. You know, 15 tackling, 15 marking. He's 26 years old, not the youngest. He's doing very well, obviously, in the Danish league. The Danish league obviously been a lower league than the Premier League, but still, I think he could hack it. I think he could have been really good. Look at that. Potential there. Maybe a 5-star. I don't think so. Maybe 4. I think he could be a 4-star player, potentially. So he was a player I wanted to bring in if we could have sold Sol Bamba, and of course he wouldn't cost much, maybe like $1 million or something. So those are players I was thinking of bringing if we couldn't, if we had to sell Sol Bamba. But Sol Bamba, I couldn't sell. No one wanted him. I don't know why. I was selling for like 200,000. No one would take him. So those were some people that we didn't get that I looked at. Just to give you an idea of what we were looking at, you know, it wasn't going to be anything big because we didn't have much money at the time. So it wasn't going to be anything crazy, but just some things that we missed out. So because we didn't get Svensson, because we couldn't get Markovic, and because we couldn't sell Sol Bamba and bring in a better defender, I feel like I was very disappointed with our transfer dealings. But this is what we got here. Obviously, Loke Demore also was sold. I didn't talk about him. He was in our under-23s. And we sold him. I don't think he's ever going to get to play in the first team, so we sold him to Millwall for 220,000. Nothing too special there. But we can see that the players we brought in at the start of the season, but we brought in a couple of players ourselves. I brought in a new defender. I highlighted him last time. I brought in Reagan Poole because he's got a potentially 5-star potential. Obviously, there's the black there, but 4-star, a 4-star defender would still be better than all of our defenders. So he's 20 years old. I thought we'll bring him and he'll be our backup. You know, we've got 3 defenders we're using, so we kind of need 2 backup defenders. So that's Sol Bamba and then Reagan Poole. Right now, he definitely can't play in the first team. 10 tackling, 11 marking, 9 heading isn't good enough for this level. But I thought it'd be nice to have him in. If we can, maybe we'll loan him out, but maybe he could be used as a backup. He can use the training facilities, learn from our players. We've got some good experienced defenders here. If he could get to that 4-star potential, he'd be worth it. And he used to be a Cardiff player, actually. Then he went to Newport, and then he went to Man United. And he only cost me 450,000, so I thought, you know what, let's take a risk here. Spend 450,000, cost nothing. We get our backup defender there. We're not spending too much. He won't take up much wages, and we can see how he develops. So that was kind of just, this was kind of a nice backup for the future one. Really not going to be important. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Disappointing transfer. I just brought him in really for fun. Our other one, though, is our right winger. For 3 million, it's a really non-expensive player. We brought in Jimmy Cabot. So Jimmy Cabot, he's playing in League 2 in France for, was it Lorraine? Yeah, he's playing for Lorraine. And he's already valued at 6 million. So he's already valued at double the money we spent. I think he's better than all of our wingers right now. You know, pretty good acceleration, good agility, okay pace. His dribbling's really good as well. His mental attributes aren't too bad. Passing and technique aren't too bad. He has all the things in the right places where we need them. He doesn't have much wage demands. His history, he's been playing really well in League 2 of France. Obviously, League 2 is a lower league, but, you know, I like those championship players we've been bringing in. You know, Cardiff's been doing that quite, you know, Cardiff did that. They brought in Smithies, Bobby Reed and stuff. They've been bringing in championship players and seeing how they can take the step up to the Premier League. I think Jimmy Cabot could take the step up to the Premier League. I want to see what he can do. But he's been brought in. He should be better than all of our other ones we can see here. Obviously, we have in our under-23s, we do have Kadeem Harris. I just thought Mendes looked slightly better than him. The game, though, thinks that Mendes is slightly worse than him, but I think Mendes is slightly better than him personally, based upon the numbers, not in real life. But I want to see what Jimmy can do with this. They say he could potentially be 4 stars. So this could turn out to be a really good signing. I think he's just going to be okay. So it's not really a star player, which is what I wanted, but it's definitely a better player. We had to do a last-minute signing because we couldn't get Markovic, really. But guys, that's not all. There's actually one more surprise player that could still be coming to the club. He was a player on a free. He was on a free. We gave him a contract. He appeared on the deadline day. So I've offered him the contract. He's not accepted yet. But I don't think anyone else has offered him a contract. So we could get him. And really, this next player, he's not... I'm not sure if he's going to be good. I'm not sure if in FM he's that good. And I think in real life he's been playing poorly. Worse than he should be. Well, that he's expected to be. But I couldn't resist bringing him because it's free. He's on a free, and he didn't really want that much wage, considering who he is. So I thought I'd bring him in because I just want to see him in a Cardiff shirt, and I think he could be a good backup for many positions. We'll show you that in just a second. But tell me what you think about Jimmy Cabot. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think he can take the step up to the Premier League, or do you think we've made a mistake here? Either way, you know, we're probably going to make money on him if we did. Same with this free transfer. This free transfer, I think, we valued it quite highly. So even if we don't use him, we can sell him on in the summer for hopefully a profit. So let me show you. We are bringing in Giovanni Dos Santos. That is correct. Now, Giovanni Dos Santos, obviously we can't see many of his stats, but I couldn't help myself. He popped up on a free here. 29 years old. He's not even that old yet. It feels like he's older than he actually is. He's a player I always really liked when he was playing at Tottenham. When he was playing at Tottenham, I always kind of rated him. I know a lot of people didn't rate him that much, but I thought, yeah, I think he's pretty decent. He's been playing at LA Galaxy for quite a few years now. This year in the game, he didn't play that well. And I think in real life, he's not playing that well at LA Galaxy, or at least up to the standard you'd expect. But I thought on a free, he can play, you know, on the wing here. So he could be a support there for Jimmy Cabot. He can play an attacking midfielder there. He can play a striker as well. He can fit many roles that we may potentially need. So I really like that about him. As well as the fact he brings a bit of a star name, a bit of experience at many different clubs. So I really wanted to see him in a Cardiff shirt. And he's on a free. So I don't know what his value will be, but I'm pretty sure it'd be quite high, actually. So we can always just sell him in the summer if we don't need him. And that's really it. That's really it from the transfer window. So not the greatest of transfer windows, but we didn't really have much money to spend. You know, next summer is really when we're going to be changing the team. That's if we can survive, that is. That's when we need to change the team. Today they were up against Newcastle, who are 7th in the league. Ridiculously what good that they're doing. Look at that. Right behind Tottenham and Chelsea. They're having a really good season. And considering in real life that, you know, they didn't spend much money. A lot of people are saying they're not going to do well this season, but in the game they're doing really well. They have been spending a little bit more money in January, actually. Who's this? Daniel Didavi. Okay. Valued at 13.25 million. Look, that looks pretty good, actually. Long shot 17, first at 16. Passing, vision. He looks really good, actually. Who are you playing at? Stuttgart. Okay. Don't know much about him, but he looks pretty decent to me. But yes, okay. Let's get into the match. Let's see what the team can do. I say if we lose the game, not the end of the world, but we want to win. We're only 2 points ahead of Leicester. We are 4 points, though, ahead of Brighton. But Fulham's catching up to Brighton, actually. Brighton have really fallen down, haven't they? It was Watford back there. Leicester I could see rising up. I could see them catching up. It is Leicester, after all. Brighton have been in really bad form the last month or so. So even though they've beaten me twice already this season, so we've got to hope they keep doing badly. These two down here, I think these two will get relegated. But I think Leicester is going to go up. So we need to try and get past Watford or Huddersfield. I think it's going to be difficult, but yeah. Let's see the team we are using today. So today, we don't really have any problems when it comes to injuries and stuff. So Bobby Reed is playing at the front here. Josh Murphy, we're going to see Cabot for his first match. This will be his first game. I'm excited. I want to see what he can do. We're going to play the same way we've been playing since the beginning of the season. I think this tactic has allowed us to exceed slight expectations, shall we say. Arta and Gunnarsson in the middle. Bennett will be playing because he was getting upset he wasn't getting first-team football. So I thought, you know what, let's give him a chance. I think Bennett and Cunningham, there's not a massive difference between them. Their score so far has been about the same. So he's come in right now. Patterson on the other side. I think he's been playing pretty good. Look at 4 stars, they're saying, in the midfield. I think he's been playing pretty well over the season, especially in the position he's not that comfortable in. Manga, Connolly, and Morrison playing at the back there. We definitely need to bring in a new defender, at least to replace Connolly. We really do, but Samba, I couldn't sell him, so he is here for now. Reagan Poole sat not even in the match today, sadly for him. But yeah, so let's see what we can do, guys. Going to be a tough game. Newcastle have had a great season so far, but we know they're beatable. They are not unbeatable. They may have a good season, but they're not as good as those top 6 teams. We can get a point here. We are playing away from home. Hopefully this is not another Wolves situation, but it could be. Rondon playing up front. Okay, we've got the new guy just behind him just there. Looks like the midfielders are slightly back. I feel like they're actually about here, but maybe for this they pushed it back a bit. Okay, whatever. Yeah, kind of what we expect there. I like some of the Newcastle players. You know, Yedlin always seems to perform. I really like his name. I can't pronounce his name, though. Lascelles, is that how you pronounce it? I really like him as a defender. He always seems pretty decent. Especially in FM games, actually. He usually seems to perform, for me at least. But here we go. Come on, Jimmy Cabot. Show us what you can do. Come from the French League. No one gave you a chance. You were stuck in League 2. Now you're in the Premier League. Let's see what can happen. A morale boost. Okay, passionate. We own Newcastle for the last match. There we go. Revenge is always the key. You've chosen to leave Reagan Poole out. He's been a little short. Nah, let's talk about players involved. Yeah, let's talk about the players actually involved, actually playing here. Looks like it's a dark day today. Not much sunlight. I guess it is raining, yeah. Don't know what I'm talking. It's raining, yeah, of course it's probably very cloudy today. So we got a very dark match for today's game. There won't be 2 matches today because we had to talk about the transfers this season and go over what happened and what didn't happen. And Jamal has scored against us from a corner. First minute or so, and they've already scored. Corner by Atsu. What happened here? Bounced off the thing. My defender's Manga tried to go in again, but he like slipped over it, or he slipped over someone else's foot. Not sure what happened there. Absolute disaster of beginning there. So we're now at a disadvantage, but Calbot with a free kick, and he hit that a bit harder. Calbot, you know, a bit hard there, but okay, Arta, get the ball in. Bennett, get to the Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson, I know he's got a... I'm pretty sure he has quite a powerful foot. I'm pretty sure if he'd shot from there, he could have definitely scored. God, he obviously just couldn't control the ball. Okay, Calbot gets it again. What can he do? Okay, he passed it straight to the Newcastle player. Did you guys see that? He literally hit it towards the Newcastle player. Exactly. Okay, Calbot, you're worrying me a little bit now. You're composed apparently, but you're worrying me quite a bit. Now, they've had a lot of shots, but I think that was in the first few minutes. Since then, we seem to have had a lot more of the ball, a lot more of the possession. So I definitely think we could definitely get an equaliser here. I don't think we need to panic. I don't think we need to change anything in particular. I think it's okay. We just need a little bit of quality to shine through. But they're not getting any shots. Okay, I had to say that, didn't I? I had to say that. Yep, okay. Corner first, Bobby Reed. Come on. Yes, yes, okay. 1-1, and we get the same type of goal as them. That makes it feel a bit fair there. Bobby Reed, little ball in. Harry Arter, though, with the 4th goal of the season. I feel like he scored more, but apparently not. Straight to him as well. That was a lovely ball. Lovely ball. Nothing the goalkeeper could do there for Dubravka. Dubravka. Okay, Smithies, kick the ball out. Get it to Manga. Manga. Okay, he's firing it very far. Trying to get to Bobby Reed, I guess, but Bobby Reed, there's a bit too many people around. Manga, maybe a bit, you know, not the best choice there, but okay. Newcastle now have the ball. Atsu gets it down to Yedlin. The young American hits it in, and it goes straight to the foot of, I did not see his name, Tanasi. A decent, he should have scored that, really. In 90% of FM highlights for that type of, you know, pass and position and power, he would have scored that. But we're quite lucky there. Only 2 shots on target for us, so they're 10 on target. What is going on with this defense, guys? Are you blocking them? Are you getting in the way? Are you trying to make things difficult for them, or are you just letting them through? You're letting this... I mean, they're not scoring. They got 1 corner goal, so they're not even scoring from just open field. I don't know what they're doing, but okay. Sean Morrison's not having a good game. The whole letting go of Lee Peltier has really upset him. He almost got the rest of the squad to be upset, at least a few of them. He tried to rile up a few of the rest of the squad. Not important people, really, but he tried to rile them up after that whole thing when the incident. I had an argument with him about letting Lee Peltier go. But, yeah, he's not performed since he left, actually. I don't think he's had a good game at all, which is really annoying. Morale, let's encourage, let's be nice. I'm happy. Good job. It's 1-1. We're away at Newcastle. They're 7th in the league. This is good. This is not bad. But I would say Newcastle have the slight advantage. That we are definitely competing. We are definitely competing here. And that's what's important. We normally win these games. These types of games when we're competing, we tend to get some points here normally. In this type of game, I find. Let's just hope that this continues. Jimmy, we're not seeing much good from you today. And do you have a yellow? Bennett! Bennett! You ask to be given a chance, and you go get a red card. This is difficult. Because we're a man down. I say we take off someone. I say we go for a 4 at the back. We can't take away someone and put one here, because if we take away midfielder, we have no midfielder. If we take away one of the wingers, there's going to be no attack threat there. Either we take away one of these 3 and put one here, put someone here, like Cunningham, put him there. But if we did that, it wouldn't. It'd be 2 at the back, and they're getting a lot of shots. So I think we should go for 4 at the back and kind of keep this formation. So Patterson, you may have to come off. Who's the... Arta's having a good game, but he is slightly tired. Gunnarsson... Arta's tired. He's having a good game, but that's because he scored a goal. Then again, Gunnarsson's not having a good game at all. So yeah, I'm going to take off Gunnarsson. I like a Gunnarsson, but you're not having a good game. Patterson will come in here, ball-winning midfielder. I think that would be good for us as well to have that. And then we're going to have to put you here. And one of you guys has to go on the side here. I think Connolly can play over here, can't he? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he can. Yeah, he can play on that side as well. Morrison? No, he cannot. And Manga? Yeah. Manga can, but I think Connolly's a bit better on this side. And we'll bring on Cunningham to play here. I think that works out. Yeah. Wing back, support. Yeah, he likes that. Manga, ball playing. Yeah, we'll do that. And Connolly will be no nonsense. Do we change our tactic then? More direct pass and play out of defense. Play out of defense? Yeah, we still want to play out of defense, I think. More direct pass, and we'll go with that just quickly. Yes, counter. These guys are pretty quick. These front 3 aren't too slow. Defend narrow? No, we don't need that, do we? Yeah, we don't need that. We'll go standard for that. Lower defensive line. That's probably quite bad, isn't it, for this? Let's go standard for that. Get stuck in. I'm happy with that. Okay, we'll change it a little bit there. There we go. Okay, I'm happy with this. Let's go. We got 30 minutes left. 30 minutes left to hold on, probably. But we're playing positive. Maybe I should go a bit more defensive then. Diam gets the ball down to... Is that Clark there? Gets a... Ooh, nice little ball in there, but they couldn't hit the mark. I should probably play... At least balance. At least play balance, you know. Don't play positive right now. The fans and the board want me to play attacking football. They're still upset with me because I'm not doing that. But I don't care. You know, if we keep Cardiff up, I don't think anyone's going to care, to be honest. We can play attacking football in the future. I definitely will look into bringing players to help us to do that. But right now, I am not bloody risking the whole club. You know, with all those debts, we're not risking this entire club just because they want to see some fancy football. Not in this season. You know, we're fighting relegation potential. Calbot, come on, get a good ball in. Oh, he could have been the hero. Calbot again with a chance. Okay, he's not. Those weren't bad things. But Arthur, okay, if he'd done a great ball in and we'd have gone 2-1 up, 1 man down, he would have been the hero. He'd have been worth that 3 million because that wasn't a lot of money anyway. But to be honest, Bobby Reed gets the ball to Cunningham. Cunningham we know can get a good ball in. Murphy, Bobby Reed, Arthur. What was that? Arthur, come on, come on, stop it. We know you're good at long shots, but that was just terrible. Atsu, though, open. How did he not score? And he has scored. Oh. Ah. I mean, yeah. As soon as I saw Atsu here, and then this player and these two players just leave him. Look at that. Just both of them go towards him. Why would both of you go towards him? Why? Attacking. We have to get a goal back. Because we're in a pretty bad situation. We've got a ton of terrible games after this. Look at Morrison's score there. Absolutely hot. I'm going to take him off. He's been absolutely... He's got so upset about that. I thought he'd be professional enough, but apparently not. He can't play professional. We'll get to... The midfielder's getting tired here. Arthur's trying to shoot a bit too far sometimes. We need a bit more of a ball-winning midfielder there from Catson, I think. I think he'll play better, actually. But here we go. Plus, he can still do his throw-ins. He's good at throwing in. We'll bring on Rouse for Arthur, get some fresh legs to the midfield. But I think this is over now, which is a massive shame. I definitely think we could have got a draw here. But as soon as we got that red card, it was kind of over. Which is, yeah, we're not getting any chances here. We're falling into the last few minutes there, and... could have made it 3-1 there, but I guess we got slightly lucky there. Yet we don't need to see. No one cares. No one cares where the ball was on the line. We got 2 minutes left. Another disappointing game. Another disappointing game. But last chat. Okay, Raul's just got tagged. Okay, that has to be the end of it. We got 5 seconds left. Was that... Okay, apparently a free kick there. I guess one of our players hit their players, and it's over. Newcastle 2... Cardiff City 1. Don't be too hard. You're unlucky there. The red card. Why? Why would he make such a decision? Why would he do such a thing? It leaves us 2 points ahead of the relegation zone, and we have a horrible month. We have Liverpool, Man City, and Man United. This is going to be a horrible month. After that, we've got... We'll probably show Burnley and the Bournemouth game. We're probably going to show both of these games next month. Then the Leicester and Huddersfield, and the last two, Crystal Palace and Fulham. Those are probably the games we're going to show for the highlights next time. So I hope to see you there. I mean, the live games in particular have been really bad, haven't they? The live game, look at that. Newcastle 2-1, red card, Wolves 4-0. Before that, Tottenham 4-1, and a red card in this match as well. Yeah, the recent live recordings have not been great games, have they? So I do apologise for that, guys. But hopefully, you know, this is what you should expect from a Cardiff City season. But this month, I'm really, really worried. Really worried. 22 points. You need to be hitting that 30 mark. You need to hit that 30 mark to make, you know, to try and then get yourself safe. And even 30 is not obviously safe, but I mean, if you get to 30 and you still got games left, you think, okay, we could definitely do this. But right now, we need points. Hopefully, Jimmy Cabot, that was not a sign of how good he is. Hopefully, he can improve in the future. But until next time, I've been NG. We'll see you then. Bye.